Hey guys, I just got out of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm here at the Alamo Drafthouse Village in North Austin. I just got out, and by the way, I have the little menu here. They actually had these on our tables, a little menu and a little magnifying glass. And this menu is actually of the special items for the film. There are two special drinks themed from the film and a special milkshake. So that was pretty cool. Alamo Drafthouse sometimes does really cute little things like that, and they also very often with the big movies they usually have special menu items in addition to their regular menus. Love the Alamo Drafthouse. So anyway, had a great time watching the new Ant-Man sequel. It's the latest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It seems like there's always a Marvel film in theaters now from the MCU, which I'm not complaining about because I haven't seen a bad one yet. I mean, there might have been like two or three that were on the bottom of the list, but I mean, not bad. Nothing's been bad to me, and most of them have been. I guess they've all been pretty awesome. Just some more awesome than others. And I really particularly love the Ant-Man movies. The Ant-Man movies are more light-hearted than the other ones, even though they still have their heavy moments and everything. It's nothing compared to like some of the really heavy stuff. I mean, look, Ant-Man wasn't even in the Avengers because that's more heavy than the Ant-Man stuff usually is. But if you stay during the credits, you find out what happened with the Ant-Man gang during a certain part of the last Avengers movie. You do get caught up with what was going on with these guys during that time. And so this basically takes place during the events of the Avengers of the last movie, and because that end credit scene, which is the one, it's during the credits actually. The very last scene after all the credits are done are one of those kind of throwaway end credit scenes. In fact, wasn't a very good one because it was kind of like something you see in the movie anyway. I didn't really need that at the end of the credits. But the one that's in the credits, yeah, that's the one that's gonna clue you in on, what happened to these guys when Thanos snapped his fingers. And it's very interesting. And that's not really a spoiler. I'm not telling you what happened. I'm just saying that's that's what it deals with. But as far as spoilers, I'll get in those in a minute. I just want to say, yeah, this is Paul Rudd again as Ant-Man, and Michael Douglas as the former Ant-Man, Hank Pym. And you've got Michelle Pfeiffer playing the former Wasp. And you've got, of course, Evangeline Lilly as the new Wasp, the current Wasp. And yeah, it was just amazing. The effects were amazing. Just the way they use the whole idea of the shrinking and the growing during the fight scenes and everything. It's just so good. And we see a lot of Giant Man, and everything. It's amazing. So good. And there are two villains. There's one that is like a business guy who is like always trying to steal the laboratory, because they shrink their whole lab building down to like a suitcase so they can carry it around. And there's this like businessman who wants the technology, and he's like a crooked guy, and he's like always trying to steal it. And then there's also the Ghost, which is this woman who can like pass through things. She can phase through walls and things like that, but she doesn't really have control over it. She wears a special suit to help. She's constantly in pain, so she needs she wants to steal the laboratory too. She believes that if she can find Michelle Pfeiffer and like I don't know what she wants to do, like meld with her or something, it'll cure her. But so the main thing though is the good guys are trying to find Michelle Pfeiffer, rescue her from the like subatomic level that she's been trapped in for like for since her daughter was a little kid. And there are flashbacks at the beginning of the movie. There's a flashback that is like they've been doing in a lot of the Marvel movies now, where they do that amazing CGI stuff that makes the actors look younger. It makes Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas look like they did back in, I don't know if it was supposed to be the 80s or 90s, but it makes them young, and they look, it's like the best I've seen them do with this. And I mean, it's been looking good. Like when they did that with Robert Downey Jr. in Civil War. It was awesome. You know, it really looked great. I think that was Civil War, the beginning of Civil War, where they did that, I think. But yeah, and then they've done it with Kurt Russell and everything. But it was just flawless in this. It was incredible. So yeah, great stuff there. I still haven't really said any major spoilers. I don't know if I'm even going to, but fantastic movie. Highly recommend it. A lot of humor. It's like the first one. It's a lot like the first one with the tone, and you know, just as good. In some ways, you know, you might, I don't know, you might prefer this one. Maybe this one has more action and stuff. You know, it's not the first movie, it's the second, so you don't have to go through a lot of the learning about things and everything, which is, I like that stuff too, when it's like something new and original, like it kind of was with Ant-Man. But yeah, now it's full on into it, and it's just awesome. And it's just great. There's there's great characters, great story. All the acting is fantastic, and it's very thrilling stuff. Very cool things happening with the effects and everything. Do I need to give any spoilers? I don't really think so. I think I kind of said it all. I've got to keep this short. I'm using my phone. It's always got limited space, so I highly recommend it if you love the Marvel movies, if you love Ant-Man, if you want something that's a superhero movie but kind of different. Because, yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about the Marvel stuff. It is kind of different. It's not like always saving cats from trees or fighting aliens or whatever. But, I mean, sometimes it is. And I love that stuff, too. The DC stuff, I really wish you guys would learn to do this, because I mean, I grew up with Batman and Superman and everything, you know, and Spider-Man and Hulk, but you know, those were my big four, you know. And Wonder Woman, I watched the old show, the TV show reruns. So I mean, I want the DC guys to get on with doing it good, you know. I like the casting. They're going overly dark. Just keep Batman dark. Nobody else needs to be dark. But anyway, Marvel doing a fantastic job. I am thrilled that there's always a Marvel movie in theaters, and I can't wait for the next one. It was so good. Paul Rudd, amazing. Everybody was fantastic. So many characters returning from the first film. Maybe everybody. I don't know. I don't remember if they showed Michelle Pfeiffer in the first one. I know they showed her character in uniform, but I don't remember if they revealed it to be Michelle Pfeiffer. I don't remember. But so good. So good. Go see it, guys. I gotta find the action figures for this. I need to make some money so I can find the action figures. I'm supposed to start a temp job this week. We'll see. Anyway, it took me a while to see this movie because I was out at filming locations of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. My sister and I took a trip to Kingsland, Texas to visit the original house, which was moved to Kingsland and turned into a cafe. We ate in the actual dining room from the scene in the movie, the original movie. We're going to put together a Moonlight Travels video about that. That'll be in the future because we have a few more stops to make for that. It's going to be a lot of Texas Chainsaw filming locations. And yeah, so if you want to see on Instagram, I have pictures from that trip that we just took. We stayed in a cabin in that area, and that's Nathan Lee James is my Instagram, and also Tumblr and Twitter and all that stuff. So I always just share my Instagram pictures across the board, but it's all from Instagram. And yeah, we had a great time on that trip. So yeah, we've got a little bit more of that to do. And Sailor Moon by Moonlight. I just need to go home and edit that like right now, guys, for the second episode finally. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Go see Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's amazing. Later.